Hello everyone and welcome to my updated 2023 Doctor Who DVD collection. I haven't done one of these for I think about 2 years now, so I decided to do it again because my collection has grown significantly. So let's begin with the first Doctor back in 1963 with An Unearthly Child. Then we got the Daleks, The Edge of Destruction, The Keys of Marinus, The Aztecs, The Sensorites, The Reign of Terror, Planet of Giants, The Rescue, The Romans, The Web Planet, The Space Museum, The Chase, The Time Meddler, Galaxy 4, Mission to the Unknown, The Ark, The Gunfighters, The War Machines, and The 10th Planet. Now, I own, what was it, 20, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20 First Doctor stories. I actually own every single one it's possible to have as an actual release. There are 19 of them. 21 because of the Dalek Invasion of Earth. But only 20 of them are actual releases because Mission to the Unknown is a missing story. This is a custom case I got off eBay. Right, it's a really good custom case that someone's made. But when you open it up, you get a DVD with it. You get the Telesnap reconstruction. You get the animation by Ian Levine, and the live-action remake by the University of Central Lancashire, I think it is. It's a really good release, and it's not a significant story because it's only the setup to the Dalek Master Plan. And I don't think that the BBC are going to release it anytime soon. So I didn't mind getting this custom release, but I wouldn't want to get another one because you never know what they're going to animate next. So yeah, I didn't mind getting this one. I think it's a really good reconstruction. They've done quite well with it. But yeah, the first Doctor's a really good Doctor. I quite like William Hartnell, the man who started it all. Next, then we go on to the Patrick Troughton era. The Power of the Daleks, the Moon Base, the Macra Terror, the Faceless Ones, the Evil of the Daleks, the Tomb of the Cybermen, the Abominable Snowmen, the Ice Warriors, the Enemy of the World, the Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, the Dominators, the Mind Robber, the Invasion, the Crotons, the Seeds of Death, and the War Games. Now, Patrick Troughton is actually my favourite classic Doctor. I think he's truly amazing. It's a shame so many of his stories are missing. Because how many do I own? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right? I own 17 of his stories. Let's count how many of them survive in full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them out of 17 survive in full, and 10 of them are either partially animated, like the Moon Base, the Ice Warriors, the Web of Fear, and the Invasion. The rest of them don't even exist entirely. All that survives is the soundtrack with the animation. So the Macra of Terror, the Faceless Ones, the Evil of the Daleks, even though Evil and Faceless Ones do have surviving episodes, but not in their entirety. The Power of the Daleks is a completely missing story. Yeah. So there we go. It's a shame that his era is so missing. It's a shame. But I'm glad that they're doing animations, and in September we're getting another one. We're going to get the Underwater Menace going somewhere in between these three. I can't remember exactly. I know Jamie, the companion at the time, is really new, so I think it goes in between these two. I believe. But there we go. The 60s era, along with the 80s era of classic Doctor Who, are my favourite eras. But we move on now. Oh, by the way, from William Hartnell down to Patrick Troughton, these are all broadcast in black and white. If I take this one, for example, black and white. Anyway, Now we move on to when Doctor Who was broadcast in colour. We've got Spearhead from Space, The Silurians, Inferno, The Ambassadors of Death, The Claws of Axos, Colony in Space, Day of the Daleks, The Curse of Peladon, The Sea Devils, The Time Monster, The Three Doctors, the 10-year anniversary of the show, Carnival of Monsters, and The Green Death. Right, so that makes up my first DVD rack. There's 50 DVDs on there. But we move on to the next one. We're still carrying on with the Third Doctor. We've got The Time Warrior, Invasion of the Dinosaurs, Death to the Daleks, The Monster of Peladon, and Planet of the Spiders. Now, this is the early 70s now from the Third Doctor onwards. And I think, yeah, the Third Doctor is really good. He's far from my favourite, but he's still good. But I'm not really a fan of the 4th and 5th Doctors era. I don't know why, I'm just not. But we move on now to the mid-70s. We got the 4th Doctor's Robot, his first story, The Ark in Space, The Sontaran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen, Pyramids of Mars, The Android Invasion, The Brain of Morbius, The Deadly Assassin, The Face of Evil, which my dog got to when it came in the post. So yeah, The Robots of Death, The Talons of Wing Chiang, Horror of Fang Rock, Image of the Fendal, Underworld, The Invasion of Time, The Ribos Operation, The Pirate Planet, The Stones of Blood, The Androids of Tara, The Power of Kroll, The Armageddon Factor, Destiny of the Daleks, City of Death, Nightmare of Eden, The Horns of Nemon, or Nimon, I can't remember, Nemon, one of them, Shada, and Shada again. Now the difference between these two is that the first one is the old version of it. Figure that out. So this version of this story was never actually fully filmed because of a strike. So the top release of Shada features the recordings that were shot, but then the bits that weren't shot, you've got the actor playing the 4th Doctor decades later, just sort of saying what happens in the scenes that weren't shot. So it's an alright release. It's good. There are some special features on this release you don't get on the updated release, which is this one by here. Now, I prefer this release by far because all the scenes that were never shot because of the strike were animated, with the voiceover being done by the surviving actors. Then we got Full Circle, The Keeper of Traken, Logopolis, Castrovalva, The Visitation, Black Orchid, Earthshock, Snake Dance, Arc of Infinity, Time Flight, Kinder, Mordrin Undead, Terminus, Enlightenment, The 5 Doctors, the 20th anniversary of the show, Warriors of the Deep, and The Awakening. Which, by the way, I never actually said Logopolis, which was that. There we go. Logopolis was the final story for the 1st Doctor, and Castrovalva was the 1st Doctor for the 5th Doctor. The final story for the 4th Doctor, and the first story for the 5th Doctor. There we go. Now, I've got to go up on my knees for this next one, because my 3rd DVD rack is slightly different to the other two. We've got Resurrection of the Daleks, and the 5th Doctor's final story, The Caves of Androzani. Now we move on to the 6th Doctor, who's very camp, very controversial, but I like him. I think my favourite versions, my favourite stories of classic Doctor Who are the ones where you can imagine it as like a theatre production. Like, for example, if we go back to The Web Planet, you've got grown men dressing up as giant ants. That's their costume. They live on a planet of insects. It's a great story, honestly. Here, you've got grown people pretending to have shrunk on a set where things are much bigger than them. Any other examples? Quick skim. There are a few other examples, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But I like to think of classic Doctor Who as a theatre production, with the over-the-top special effects, the questionable acting at times, the way you have to subvert your expectations to enjoy a good story. And yeah, Vengeance on Varos is it's an alright story. Not a great one for your first one for the Sixth Doctor, but there we go. The Two Doctors then features the Sixth Doctor Colin Baker with the Second Doctor Patrick Troughton, Time Lash, Revelation of the Daleks, and then you've got the Trial of a Time Lord series here. It's a 14-parter. It's a really good series. I really enjoyed the Trial of a Time Lord. It's a good series. Moving down to the Seventh Doctor, Time and the Rani, Delta and the Bannerman, Dragonfire, The Happiness Patrol, Silver Nemesis, Battlefield, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, Ghostlight, The Curse of Fenric, and Survival. Those are all my Seventh Doctor stories right there. I like the Sixth and the Seventh Doctors. For the classic era, altogether, I would say the First, Second, Sixth, Seventh, and Eighth Doctors are my favourites. Third Doctor's okay. Fourth and Fifth, I'm not really a fan of. But after that, after Survival was broadcast in 1989, the show was cancelled. It took 7 years for the movie to come out, where Paul McGann was the Doctor. He only had one movie, and the little mini TV episode back in 2013, and the 2022 Power of the Doctor story. Then you got the Lost in Time. Now, do you remember when I said how these were partially or fully animated? Well, the Lost in Time is quite an old release now by today's standards. Released in like 2004, right? It features the surviving episodes of not fully existing stories. So if we look here, right, the Moonbase episodes 2 and 4 do exist. It wasn't back then, but now it's been animated. What else have we got? The Faceless Ones, Evil of the Daleks, Abominable Snowmen. We have them. We do have them as animations now. Enemy of the World has been found in its entirety. Web of Fear was almost found in its entirety. Only episode 3 is missing, but has since been animated. Real in Space doesn't exist yet, and neither does the Space Pirates. They haven't been animated yet. But, it is quite an outdated release, but it's a good release, because you can see surviving episodes from the time, and surviving clips from missing episodes, and it's a good release. Then you got Scream of the Shelker. It is an official release, but it's not canon in Doctor Who now. It was released in 2003, I think it was. Because of the 40th anniversary. And it was a way of carrying on the show before Christopher Eccleston took over. But it's quite a good release. I like Scream of the Shelker. You got Richard E. Grant in the role. More Than 30 Years in the TARDIS. That is the 30th anniversary documentary for the show. I really like this release, the Doctor Who Daleks Collector's Edition, because it features 3 Dalek stories. You've got the Dalek Invasion of Earth, which fits in there, in between Planet Giants and the Rescue. You've got Resurrection of the Daleks, which I do actually own. Where to do I own it? I own it somewhere. There we go. Resurrection of the Daleks. And Remembrance of the Daleks, which is the 7th Doctor story, and would go somewhere amongst all the... I can't remember exactly where. But roughly in soon by here it would go. Because 1988. So yeah, I like this release. And also, only 5,000 of them were made. I don't know if you can see on camera. Limited edition 5,000. I've got the 2,586th one. Because it was made for the 40th anniversary of the show. Then we got the 2 Peter Cushing movies, the Doctor Who movie collection. And that concludes my classic Doctor Who DVDs. So we move on to the modern series now. I've got my, if I can manage to grab it. There we go. This is really dusty, but first, second, third and fourth series up on there. These are the specials from those series. This is the first episode of the spin-off, the Sarah Jane Adventures. I've yet to watch that, actually. I should get on that. But then we got Series 5, all 4 volumes of it. Series 6, Series 7, Parts 1 and 2. I don't have Series 8 and 9 because I don't really have much of the modern Doctor Who era because you can get it on BBC iPlayer. I tend to invest more in the classic Doctor Who DVDs. But there we go. After Series 10, I've got Series 13. I got this. I think it was for after I did my drama exam or something. I think it was. I can't remember. And then the rest of them aren't Doctor Who related. Although Peter Capaldi did star in this. Pretty good. But yeah, that concludes my entire Doctor Who DVD collection. Quick scan. There we go. I'm very proud of all my DVDs I have bought over the years. It's quite the collection. It's not going to stop. But I am going to need a new DVD rack, I think, soon. Or what I'm going to have to do, because there's a bit more room for a few more releases, I suppose. I'll have to just move these somewhere else. I do have other DVDs that are not Doctor Who related, but I keep them under my bed. These are just the main DVDs I like. My favourite ones. But there we go. Thank you for watching my entire Doctor Who collection. I hope you've enjoyed. Maybe you feel like I need a bit of help. Maybe you feel jealous. I don't know. But I'm very proud of it. And yeah, I haven't planned this video at all. I'm completely improvising what I say. So I'm going to end it before it gets too awkward. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a good day. Don't forget to drink hot chocolate. Stay safe. And from me, it's goodbye for now.